Breaking news from minutes ago, if you hold one of these three altcoins, Solana, Ethereum, or Arbitrum, you gotta hear this latest announcement from one of the world's largest financial platforms, Robinhood. Here's the CEO just minutes ago.
Thank you for coming to our first ever crypto keynote and our first big event in Europe.
This is massive because this is Robinhood's first crypto keynote, and they had someone else come up and just explain all the announcements.
To summarize our announcements for today, you can now trade crypto and stock tokens on Robinhood anywhere in the EU, with perpetual futures coming soon. In the US, we've launched staking and a host of other features for advanced crypto traders, with more coming soon. And for the world, the Robinhood chain is on its way.
All right, so let's break down what the Robinhood chain is and why ETH, Solana, and Arbitrum are about to pump. So CNBC has an article here. So today, the company announced an expanded offering of tokenized U.S. stocks and ETFs across Europe, crypto staking in the U.S., and futures trading for eligible EU traders, and this is the major one, a new Layer 2 blockchain for RWAs and 24/7 trading. This new Layer 2 blockchain is going to be built with Arbitrum. Now, they have a crypto head here. His name is Johan Kerbrot, and he said the goal for Robinhood isn't to dazzle the users with new features, it's to make crypto disappear into the background, and he kind of likened it to plumbing. You don't think about how water gets to your tap, he said, you just expect it to be there. Now, the heart of the conference is the launch of the tokenized US stocks and ETFs, now available to 30 European Union countries, and the tokens, built first on Arbitrum, will give you 24-hour access 5 days a week, give you dividend support, and zero commissions or spread from Robinhood, and eventually they'll migrate to a custom Layer 2 blockchain built to support these tokenized assets, seamless bridging, and self-custody. Now, at the end, we're going to go into the charts for all three altcoins. And the reason we're talking about ETH and Solana in these three altcoins is in the US, Robinhood is debuting staking for ETH and Sol, allowing users to earn rewards by supporting the network operations. Now, one of the main questions to know or determine if this is going to be a successful product or if this is just going to be a flash in the pan is how does Wall Street react to this news? And when we go and check out their stock price, you can see Wall Street is loving the news and have a stock that has already surged lately. If you just look at the past year, for it to be up an additional 11% today is pretty major news. And remember, folks, we told you to buy this stock all the way back December 23 when it was trading around $10. So congrats everybody who jumped in with this stock with us. All right, well, now let's look at Arbitrum because there's a warning I have to give you here because I think there's going to be a place where you need to sell this token into the pump. Now, looking at the 2-day, and you can see this on the 12-hour pretty well as well, is the RSI is putting in a lot of bullishness. We can see that the RSI had a very strong bull div here, and you end up getting a nice little Arbitrum pump where you end up pumping over 100%. But what's the next move for Arbitrum? I have something I wanted to show you. I saw something similar last time we pumped. If you look right around this range, traded sideways. We also had some nice little bull divs here, nice bullish divergences on the 2-day chart, but then we ended up putting in a lower high. So I'm gonna go to the 12-hour chart so we can see that here. This peak right here ended up being a little bit lower than the peak right there. And so I saw a lot of weakness when we failed to get a new all-time high. And you can see that the traders felt the same way. Arbitrum fell off a cliff. Now with this recent pump, I'm afraid something similar might happen. We get a nice strong bullish RSI. The bulls are in control, but until how long? And so my prediction here is, we might end up reversing right below this area right here. If we look right here, you can see we failed to create a new high with this pump, started to dump. So I would be looking to take some profits right along in this range, and you can see that is right at the 50-cent psychological level. So I expect a lot of profit taken around that range, so maybe 48 cents, 47 cents. If you're in early and you're in pretty cheap, maybe take some profits there. And I would highly recommend, check out this trend line there. I would not want to wait to tap that trend line. I'd probably getting out, a few pennies below that. So that's Arbitrum. But now let's talk about Solana. So that's my short-term Arbitrum price prediction. A lot of selling pressure at 50 cents, and then a lot of selling pressure right before this trend line. Going to Solana, on the 2-hour chart, I notice a head and shoulders is forming. I haven't seen anyone talk about this. We just literally retouched the neckline. So that gives us, potential turn around. Maybe some bears are going to take control here to try to create a right shoulder. but then there's going to be breakout area, and for that we have a price prediction. You would just measure from the breakout the length of the head, and if we bring this to the neckline, that's going to give us, drum roll please, $189 Solana. And what's pretty interesting, that actually kind of coincides with the little trend line here. So there's your target for Solana. Now let's talk about ETH. ETH is in the middle of a bull flag pennant. This is the 3-day chart. Now, this is a log chart, just just to let you know. Last time we had a bull flag pennant, this is November 2023, and if we were to measure, did this play out? Played out pretty much perfectly. I mean, look how close that is right there to the peak. It's pretty much to a penny. And so if we were to have this bull flag pennant also play out, that gives us a pretty good target. We measure the flagpole, we put it to the breakout area, and then that would give us $5,400 ETH. Liking what I'm seeing there. And when we zoom out, that would be brand new all-time highs. So there you go. And we got one more chart for you. ARB ETH. What about which of the three? What if you can only buy three? Well, this chart right here lets me know, I don't know if I would be buying ARB. I don't know if this is going to turn around, but ARB has been bleeding against ETH. And this thing needs to, get a confirmed uptrend before I would change my thesis. But Solana, compared to Ethereum, is looking a lot more attractive right now. We pointed out the Solana cup and handle priced against ETH. I was looking like it was going to hit a breakout, but we just came down and tested the cup line. So I'd be expecting a major move to the upside. This is 2-day candles. We've already seen some pretty massive green candles, but Solana can pump up, and it could pump strong against ETH, so don't sleep on Solana. So if I were to buy only one of the 3 altcoins, I probably would buy Solana, but you do need to watch out for this right shoulder. We might see short-term correction, but I am most bullish on Solana. So I'm Deezy for Discover Crypto, and I'll see you and your alt bags at the top.